Okay, part two of the Gaucho Button knot from Bruce Grant. Alright, so you're at this point here where we left off at. Now what you want to do here is you're going to take cord 1. Cord 1, you're going to want to bring it up underneath this one right here. Okay? So cord 1, which is this cord right here, will come up through here and under this one right here, okay? So that's what we're going to do with that. Alright, my fingers are going to get in the way here just for a second. So cord 1 goes up through there. And you just bring it up through the loop first, okay? Let me show you here. Alright. So cord 1 goes up through there and then goes under this one here. You can just throw that over like that, okay? Alright. Alright, put these hanging cords in your hands so they can kind of stay out of the way. And what you want to do is you want to just pull that up. Now, I'm going to pull it up firm for right now so you can see how it goes. But you actually want to leave this loose, and I'll show you why. It'll actually help you to see which cord you actually put up through. Alright, so you can see it goes under this one here, under that one. So you're going under 2 here. Alright, loosen that back up again. Alright. Now this is where you want to stay within the parallel lines here of this one and that one right there. So here is where you go over 2. So you go under 2, over 2. Alright. It gets a little tricky, but once you kind of play with it, you'll see what I'm talking about. So stay in between these two right here. Alright, so this one stays in between these two. So you want to go over these two right here. Okay? And then what you want to do is you want to break what I call the X right here. You're actually going to pull up through here like this. Alright, this is where hemostats come in play at, because you don't want to keep taking off Permalock needles. So what I do is I grab my hemostats and break the X. Okay? Remember, you're going to over 2 and you're going to go under 2. Alright? And pull it up right through there. Just let it hang right there. You'll see why here soon. Alright, so you broke the X, right? Again, let's back up. So you went under the 2 here. So you took cord 1, under this one, and you took it over these 2 right here, and you broke the X, okay? And this, again, should come up to one of the corners of the crown knot, okay? And you'll see it kind of stick up there, alright? Now, it looks confusing, but it's not once you get, once you start doing it. And you're going to do the same thing for cord number 2 now, okay? Again, try to hold these in your hand. So cord 2, same thing. It's going to go underneath this one right here and underneath that one right there. Alright, so I like to use my hemostats for this kind of task. So I take my hemostats and I pull that through there like so. Alright, now I'll slow down some for you guys. Alright, remember, this one's loose because you want to keep track of where you're at. So under 1, under 2. Pull it just a little bit to where you're going to need enough space to pull it up through the X, okay? Get this out the way. Again, you want to stay in between these 2 right here. See that, right? Those 2? You want to stay in between those 2. So you're going to go over those 2. Alright? And you're going to have another X right here. See that X? Grab your hemostats, or whatever you prefer to use. Poke it through there like that. And you're going to pull this through the X. Okay? Again, just a little bit, let it hang there. Okay? And you can keep all your 4 cords here in your hand so you don't get confused. Alright, that's cord number 2. Okay? Now, what you're going to do here, you're going to take cord number 3. Go back a little bit, remember, we started back here. So here's cord 1, cord 2, and then cord 3 is right here. Same thing. Alright. Now as you can see, you have your 4th cord right here, but when you do your 4th cord, that's going to kind of disappear because all 3 cords will be up. So again, you're going to go under 2. So under 2. Just enough be able to get it through the over 2 and then through the X, okay? Yeah, don't let this one slide out on you here. Poke it up there. Again, you have the 2 right here. You want to stay in between, right? So that's going to go under 2, over 2, break the X. Okay? This is going to take some practice. This one gave me some pain in the butt for a good while. Alright, let that hang there like that. Okay? You can kind of start to see it form a little bit. Now, you got to do your next chord. Go back. Alright, now, you should be on your 4th chord right here. Alright, same thing applies. Now mind you, the reason why I told you to leave it loose is because this is the chord that hung, and if you tighten up too much, this could confuse you of which one you go under. So again, under those 2 right there, just like you did with the other 3. So, under those 2, okay, again you have the 2 parallel lines you want to stay in between, okay, so under those 2, over those 2, and here you're going to do the same thing, break the X. I know they have another term for that, but that's my term. That's demanology right there. Alright, pull up through. Now, you should have all 4 of them poking up at each corner of the crown. This is where you can go ahead and pull them up on through. So pull them up on through and untwist it as you go. Alright. You can see this one over here. I'm going up. It's right there. And I'm pulling on it. See that? Alright, and do all that for all of them. Doesn't matter which one you pull, you can just pull them all up as you want. Just make sure they don't fall back down on you like this one's trying to do here. Okay? So pull them up all through. Give them a good snug pull. Yeah, a good snug pull. Alright. Let's get them all up in there. Alright. This one right here needs to go. Alright, so you're at this point now. You got them all sticking up out of here, right? The last step is this, okay? Alright, got them all up here. You can kind of see it forming. The last step is you're going to take this chord here, grab your hemostats, run it up any way you want through the bottom, okay? But it's got to come across this piece right here. So this chord has got to go over here and down through the center right there, okay? Hemostats, and that should go like so, and you're going to do this to all of them, okay? So run it back up the center again, come up right there, anywhere is fine, and you're going to take chord number 2, and it's going to go over this chord right here. You're going to pull it down, alright, like so. Same thing with the 3rd one. Make sure it goes over that one. Pull it down. And then finally the last chord, I'm going to go across that one right there and pull it down. And there you have, after you tighten it up and dress it up the way you want, a Gaucho Button knot by Bruce Grant. And I believe Tom Hall has it as well, and I'm sure they exist in many different books, so I don't know the original author of it, but that's where I learned it from. So, after you dress it up and tighten it up, it'll look the way it should. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you got it. And if you need any more clarification on it, please message me and let me know. Alright. So, any questions? I can't hear you. Alright. D-Man out. Yeah, baby.